bi ene se Omampeni John Dramani Mahama akasa o chese mradu se apomuden ho nsem no yehemu kena sanso ena Water River Authority etwaniti akasa every de workshop bi ahyehye so eno wo hwese yenyinam kanea no betumi akonenim ewo omanyimu wei ene afufuro bi eka ho ena wobete ewo kasiebo yimu ansa na no fa ofun no ko Facebook TikTok na chese baby bia etwebu ewo ho no mo Marego TV ukwa na wa like na wa share na comment na afufuro so etumi enye bi ahwe etie enumre okenkan fo no me nana akosia sikapa metwa me ho aba me ba meboura ensem no emu. Sanso ema muina akwaba bio enfa mombra kase boy eso me hensem na sedia na ye boy wura Omampeni akache Omampeni John Dramani Mahama kasa no chese omei ebredu se apomuden ho nsem ne hyemu kena aboa amapomuden no so no yetumi etumpon ewo omei emu. Omampeni John Dramani Mahama de atu wiase afana yinenim se ye ndwene kwan a yebenya apomuden mapa afeso apomuden wonsem no ebeko ne nini titire ene Africa hase na cheso man Ghana afeso yankasa yebehwe na yebeso wona woye nduru ewo manyimu ebetumi aso wasene aboa amapomuden wonsem no akonenim ye ode sansemi na atudwa abra okopie mu wo Accra Reset Global Health Dialogue no ase
responsibility on us as African leaders. We must see health spending as an investment rather than just a social obligation, because a healthy population is indispensable to economic progress. As an advocate for African health sovereignty, I'm obliged to demonstrate this practically at home. And so in Ghana, we have moved beyond rhetoric to implement calculated, aggressive policies that place the citizen at the center of the clinical encounter. With one of the more successful national health insurance schemes in Africa, Ghana has an insurance coverage estimated at 66% as at the end of 2025. This still leaves about 34% of our population without coverage. Besides, the NHIS has been focused principally on curative care with very little attention to preventive care. To mop up the remaining population not covered by the NHIS, we have recently successfully begun implementing our free primary health care program. By removing financial barriers to the most basic and essential services at the rural level, we've ensured that our citizens in the remotest regions of our country also enjoy access to quality health care on par with their urban counterparts, with an eye on preventive care. And we're grateful that the WHO, led by Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus, was among the first to congratulate us on achieving this significant milestone. Thank you, Tedros. We have revitalized our National Health Insurance Scheme, the NHIS. By removing the cap on the Health Insurance Fund, we immediately freed up an additional 3 billion Ghana cedis, equivalent to $300 million for healthcare investment. We've also streamlined National Health Insurance Scheme operations by eliminating bottlenecks, utilizing digital tools including AI to detect fraudulent claims, and most importantly, prioritizing prompt refunds to service providers. Because a health insurance scheme is only as strong as the trust between the state and the hospitals that provide the care. By ensuring our providers are paid on time, we ensure that our citizens are treated with dignity. We've also confronted the rising tide of non-communicable diseases by launching the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, also known as Mahama Cares. This fund is a lifeline for those suffering from non-communicable diseases, cardiovascular conditions, cancers, liver disease, and renal failures that were previously a death sentence for the poor. Mahama Cares is ensuring that specialized high-cost care is not a privilege for just a few, but is a right for all. Ghana, I'm also happy to report, is on track to exit Gavi funding for vaccines by the year 2030, and we hope to transition into a donor in the not too distant future. These domestic achievements are the foundation of my leadership of the Accra Research Initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, this assembly is set to consider a proposal for joint process to reform the global health architecture. Ghana, having co-chaired the working group for the Lusaka agenda, welcomes this. But as a committed apostle of reform of the world health architecture, I'm concerned about whispers I have heard that the current draft resolution seeks to protect existing organizational mandates and prohibit the recommendation of mergers or consolidations. In Mali, the Dogon people warn that do not let the sight of those eating roasted maize force you to cook your maize seeds. If we launch a process of reform that is prohibited from recommending actual reform, we are merely performing a ritual. We cannot prioritize institutional comfort over human survival. The WHO's legitimacy is not served by protecting silos. It is served by a fearless analysis of what works. When I hosted Director General Tedros, President Obasanjo, and many others in Accra in 2025, we firmed up a vision for health sovereignty. To us, sovereignty is the practical capacity to finance core functions predictably, regulate quality at the regional level, and produce critical inputs locally. A continent that manufactures less than 1% of its vaccines while carrying 25% of global disease burden is not sovereign, it is vulnerable. It is at best a ward of the international system. And by sovereignty, we do not mean isolationism. We are advocating the practical capacity of a nation to finance its own core functions, regulate its own quality, produce its own medicines, and govern its own data. Ministers of health in the global south often spend more time writing donor reports than designing and fixing primary health care.
Yeguswa ejina kasiebo ni mudia na VRA the workshop share so anani na no oto adwen afasenia enyinam kania honsem no ebejina na so ewo men emu. Water River Authority ne Ecowa Center ma renewable energy ene energy efficiency aka won ho abomu na wotwemienu esi ho se wode ye ncheche na ekoso ewo akuse wobotaye ne se wode abefo nyoma ebeye nsakraye wo oman mu. Well, yeah, in church, nibi na just wodi dwumedi ni nim na ebi efri whole technical university and Takrade Technical University na just wo nyina okabo ma wodi dwuma no. Executive Director ma Ekri Mr. Francis Sempori enso kasa wo dwumedi no ase no che say obebo wo homodin se energy sector no obehye kena afi so obo mampeni John Dramani Mahama abaso e wo saa enhihye ehun.
Distinguished participants, the rapid deployment of clean mini-grids requires strong quality assurance, and the sustainability of this investment depends directly on the quality of design, installation, and inspection. Ensuring that professionals meet recognized standards is therefore essential. This is the objective of the Level 2 certification targeting designers, installers, and inspectors of clean mini-grids. To further operationalize this level, ECRE, with the support of the African Development Bank, is preparing the second phase of Desert to Power West Africa Regional Energy Program, WAREP 2. This phase will expand action to all the ECOWAS countries, will support also national training for professionals, and will strengthen training centers and lead to certification examination. This will enhance capacity assurance, improve technical standard, and support local jobs creation in the sustainable energy sector. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, people will participate in this training. Your role as trainer is critical. You are key multipliers who will shape the competencies of professionals across the region. I encourage you to actively engage and contribute to the continuous improvement of the training program. I think you have all the training modules. You can, with your experience, improve the training modules. This is important also during the training. In conclusion, I want to commend ECRE, VRA, and TTU for their collaboration and dedication in operationalizing this training. ECRE remains committed to strengthening human capacity and accelerating sustainable energy deployment in line with ECOWAS Vision 2050. I wish you a successful training program. Thank you.
Executive Director ma VRA Siapono Eric Mensah Bonsu enso ekasai.
Or the friend traditional sources. I don't know hydro na mo abu de ha. Dam na wa hai akusombo na thermal. Na the bit me aboa ma na complementary power renewables. Any minute solar ne wind ne those things. The dwumadi important because Ghana and the sub-region, the renewable, the traditional sources, so that we can have optimal supply of electricity across not just Ghana, but in the sub-region. Here's a channel on this part because renewable energy, a clean energy. Here issues be it is say, infants a term where the issue emissions, pollution, and other things. And this time around, a requirement for us to have a certain percentage of that mix in your energy portfolio. And so, a say a crobia so a fast sequence wunya renewable kakra at the farm. The way said a bear, semi, doom so sem ne sunny man. Just imagine, say, every hoop, a 1 minute grid, especially in the rural areas. Nobody will complain about electricity. It is here pass a sequence.
How many days somebody is training?
Oh, it's a 2 weeks training program. And Yama one, it's a training of trainers program. And to the institutions they invite on trainers no and super cool training in performing. That is the impact. And you have your Takrade Technical University, almost trainers across Ewa, in your whole technical university, almost trainers Ewa. any trainers from various institutions. It's not just Gambia, various institutions in Gambia also are. And now my son said there are others who are not there, so they will join when they start. And it's a 2-week program. Training trainers of trainers for this group of people are Maka Asem Ghana. I will say omuyem na omuchre wo monomoti ejumanase. Said the beya say omukono so musu kwa ku training enkwala na na ase omunkrofo a omitima ye ne pepepe. Ehia pa ntino facilitators na yafa wo mo na ombekre wo. Omuntie o masem na questions bi a osu mu hia bia no mo busa no mo tretre mo said the beya renewable energy ebe is the to be mesra omo say so omo san ko back omo try say ema because one of the reasons are renewable say it's easier to have a gender balance and yet tin bibria na sebia na mema nko an person bi it mesra say omo pese ema especially at the polytechnic universities at the universities now embema encourage ema no no so abam no man baby so instead be easy for them to impact.
Nekwakra no chief learning officer no so ewo VRA Kingsley Jemfi ekasaye e di wi edwumedie no.
VRA wo technical department and as a training department how we training or technical engineering and non-engineering na ye no na ye ne ekrofobia from ekri omromo hwe renewable so wo West Africa akambom ene Takoradi Technical University na ye training of trainers kire say ye ba be ma improve training na won so betumi akọ training prof say no betumi aye renewable enunti na RCI renewable no ye power na say nyina mahoden a yemfa petrol enye na mo edi awia na ne aye ba be no baby a yentumi mfa electricity nko line tintintin ko no on be ne kakra ma o ti se nkurase na nkura benben kurumu a so nye ekura bebre no se ne on so benya anyinamukane a on de be adwuma ye ya ma the Gambia na omodos companies ahoro wo Gambia na afi so no ho technical university on ye ya ma nti ye ma a won so beko akwakokyere nkrof fufuro na je so so aboa ma omomunya nimnie no sare no abo atre especially the mini grid aye no baby o ha untumi mfa line ko nti no ho no eno ebeboa pa se nkura bia wo nsu achi ene wo baby forest pa din se wo de we bekon okoye ne kakra ma wo nyina nso betumi anya afenso yusu petrol and say crude oil and no city no so beboa betumi ama nyamahoden akwachire ewia wo ho nti betumi na afenso baby a den se betumi the line sako bebre no so no yetumi de kakra ebeboa ma obia enya nyamahoden aye hwehwe se be 2050 no ye nyina ebenya no na etumi aboa ebejuma etumi aboa impuntu
Ebwura enhumesuo mu dia na treponent asosu ku ewo ho no mu adisuafo no echire mu aduane a wode ma won ewo school ho no enso ni kwakrakra sabre ka sei de oye kire dendenden na waya a wode kire mpenifo Treponent asosu ku ewo ho wona wo trade exams na chese wode adisua nyina abewie no na ene adisuafo no taya pai ni na ene se wo kire mu a aduane a ewo ho se wode ema won se na ebe ya obenya hoden na kantoma wotumi po atro won so hwe no ente sa afeso aduane no enso ene de akeka ho bebre afenso PTA dues no wogigi fi wawofo ho se enso hwe bre no edu a wode beboa won no wo kire se ni nyina enye no kre wo kire se openi a oda suku no ano enim ho bi enu nti no ebe ya nka wontwe no ensan
because even the food they serve us is even our dogs do not even eat it. We are tired and again our headmaster the bribery and corruption is too much. We can't be paying every day. We do not see the benefit. Why?
Whenever we have examination,